Hi everyone, in this video we're going to do a bit of curve modeling and work a little bit more on modifiers by actually creating a vase. So this will be a great time for you guys to follow along. So open up a default Blender scene and then select everything by pressing A. That deselects everything because I already had something selected. Then A again and then X, delete. I'm just going to move the Shift S cursor to center if it isn't already. And let's add a curve. So Shift A, curve. And I'm going to choose, let's just say, a Bezier curve. All right. Go into the front view, and I'm going to choose orthographic. Then I'm going to rotate around the Y-axis so that it faces upright. So RY, and then let's say 90. So you should have something like that. And then I want to sort of rotate, pivot around the Z-axis. So RZ90, something like that. Then let's just go into edit mode now. Press tab to go into edit mode. And let's just move our curve up to the center point there. All right, so just move it out a little bit. And I'm just gonna go ahead and select this control point and sort of move it around to the center, like so. To control it better, I'm just gonna go ahead and make that 0, 0, 0. So that's exactly at the center. Okay, now you can go ahead and create an interesting shape of a vase. What half a vase looks like. So I want to select this one, rotate around, scale in. This one, scale it down a bit so that we have more shape to work with. And then press E to extrude. Remember extrusion. And let's move it in like that. E again, let's rotate it in away like this, and then maybe E once more to go in, E once more to go out. Oops, sorry. Rotate away, rotate like that, and something is crazy like that. Maybe make a bigger end like that. And something like that. So this is the half of a vase. So try to create some kind of shape. Because what we're going to do is we want to spin this around the middle, the Z, the blue line, will create our vase. So you can obviously do things like that. You can extrude. You can also add more points between the first 2 points. So by doing that, you right click the first control point, you shift right click the second control point, W, subdivide. So that'll create an extra point for you to work with. So you can further fine grain control that even more. If you find some parts are too harsh and sharp, try just rotating it or scaling it down or up. It's probably just the way the control points work. So once you're happy with that, I'm quite happy with that myself. I can now use a modifier to sort of spin it around. So let's go to the modifiers tab, add modifier, and I want to choose screw. And look at our beautiful vase. Look at that, it looks like a circle, which not correct. The main reason for that, well, it's spinning on the wrong axis. It's spinning on the Z axis. I thought that's the correct axis. Well, not really. When we rotated our curve, we changed its local axes. So if I changed from global to local axes, you can see that the Z axis is actually facing in this way. Remember how remember how it was flat on the ground and then we rotated it upwards? So our Z axis also followed and moved 90 degrees. So we now have to change the axis according to the global axes. Since the screw modifier always works in the local axes, we just have to obey their law. So in this case, we're going to use the X-axis as our axis point. So let's change this to the X-axis. And there you go. Our beautiful little vase is complete. Let's go ahead and add one more modifier. Let's call it solidify modifier. This just simply adds thickness to our vase. So if you make this a glass object, you can sort of see the little reflections and refractions and that kind of stuff. Let's make it smooth by adding a subdivision surface. So now you can start to see the power of modifiers. So there we go, we've created our beautiful little vase. And I hope this has been useful to you. I hope you created something interesting. If you have, post it up and let me know. I'd love to see your creations. So those are the basics of curve modeling and modifiers as well. Just a real quickie, just before we leave, I know it's a little rushed. I'm trying to push in as much content as possible. You can also create little pipes and things like that. So I'm going to create a very messy curve right now. Select this one, E, and I don't know, E. Oops. Rotate around, and this is going to be our little pipe. Okay. So I'm just pressing E and R a lot and moving it around. Okay, so we're going to create a little pipe. Let's just assume that's our pipe. To actually create the pipe, we're going to go into the curve settings, so the data tab of our object data. So to make our pipe look like a pipe, we need to have some thickness in our curve. So we're going to add a depth. So let's just say I want it that thick. And that looks weird. It sort of looks like a half done pipe, like a party streaming thing, decoration. That's because it's only half filled. And also resolution is a bit bad. So one thing we can do is we can smooth this out a bit. So I'm just going to increase the resolution by 1, 2, 3, 4. And that starts to look smooth. But still, it only looks half filled. And the main reason for that is because over here, we can see that it says fill half. We need it to be full. So select that. And there we can see it's full. And there we go. That's our pipe. So depth will increase the size of our pipe. Resolution will increase the smoothness of the pipe. And this obviously fills it up, whether we want full, front, back, or half. But I don't know why you generally need to use that. I'm sure, example, if you want to create a party streamer or something, you probably want to use that, or half a pipe. I guess I can see a purpose for that. But generally I always use full. And there we go. So I hope this video has been useful to you, and keep blending, keep playing around with these modeling tools. It can be quite fun, and I hope to see you in the next video.